I'd now like to request Professor Muni Mohindra ji to please share a few words with us. He was awarded the title of Priksha Pradhyapaka by Acharya Sri Tulsi. He is one of those people who brings alive a tradition not just from having read about it, but actually from having interacted intensely with Acharya Tulsi ji. He is also has mastery over diverse disciplines, from physics to mathematics, biology to philosophy, psychology, ancient history, meditation, spirituality, and of course he speaks and knows several foreign languages and Indian languages as well, including Prakrit, Sanskrit, English, Hindi, Gujarati, Rajasthani. He has been a great practitioner of Priksha meditation, and he has also held the camps in Ahmedabad in 2002 and Surat in 2003 in Gujarat. He has had a first-class degree in BSc Honours when he was studying at the Bombay University. So he has been a student all his life and a teacher most of his life. So we have lots to learn from you. And please, if we could now hand over to you. Muniji.
I pay my obeisance to His Holiness Acharya Sri Maha Shamanji. I will request all of you not to just hear, but to contemplate over the action that we have to take as a result of our conference. All of us are worried about the critical situation today the world is passing through, and there may be a few only who will differ that we do not need anything, any measures to avoid this situation. Almost all people agree, and on account of the awareness created all over the world, people are trying to save the world from the catastrophe which might come if we become careless. The Anuvrat movement from the very starting had the emphasis on the right conduct. Vrat, that is the central word, nucleus of the Anuvrat, is a strong determination, a strong resolve for putting into practice what we are knowing. And therefore, when we are all trying to make the world a better place to live in, free from violence, free from exploitation, free from ecological imbalance, free from environmental pollution, and so on and so forth, all of us have to keep in mind that in spite of the knowledge and information that we have, what is needed more is the strong resolve to practice what we have learned. And here comes the importance of Anuvrat, in the sense that Vrat means a person who is determined, who is strongly dedicated, committed to act according to his resolve. Then the internal deterrents, which are the natural psychological weaknesses of human being, may come forward and ask him to indulge in that evil which he would try to avoid. And in this way we find that the problem becomes intricate. Why, in spite of the wider information and knowledge people have today, they cannot put into practice whatever they are taught, whatever that is preached to them, whatever they think even right that we should do, but they can't do. For this, in the ancient philosophy, there is a word term used is pragya. It is also called as parigya. Pragya and parigya literally means that whatever you know, you have to convert it into action. And that is possible only if we pay attention to training of our mind. So now we come to the point that today the academic institutions, the universities and other centers for spreading knowledge, they are of course doing their job by giving the right information and knowledge to people. We have got the media at our hand. Through internet also, this knowledge is spread faster. But the result which we want to see is not produced. All of us are keen to see that what we are trying to do, what efforts we are making, must give the result. On the other hand, we see that the negative forces or the things which do not want that this should happen, they are also working side by side. So in this way, there is a conflict between the good and the evil. Every time the evil wins, because the good lacks in putting into practice, which is necessary, essential, without which the good cannot make a triumph. So in this way, what I want to insist on is, let us all find out the ways and means through which pragya or parigya, or what we can call as wisdom, should be awakened. How is it possible to awaken that wisdom in the human brain? In biological science, according to our neurological analysis, the brain has 3 layers. First layer, which is very ancient, very old, that is called reptilian brain, existing in human brain since the evolution started, because reptiles were the animals existing on the earth even before all other species came into existence. And that remnant is still present in human brain. Second layer is that of mammalian brain, which is in medical science called as limbic system, which is responsible even today in human beings for all the bestial urges. A human being is partly a human and partly a beast because of the mammalian brain's influence in his action. Those negative emotions like violence, cruelty and so on, they have upper hand, they dominate, and the rational thinking, the rational intellectual brain cannot do what it wants to do. And the third layer is that of our neocortex, which is the latest development according to evolution, which exists in human brain and not in other beings, other species. So it is only the human being who can, by developing the power of the neocortex and dominating the mammalian brain's action or urges and emotions, one can put into practice what one likes to do, wants to do, or is taught to do. So I think that what is needed today is the Anuvrat should be understood in its fullest meaning. A vrat is a strong resolution of mind or brain or soul, so strong that no emotional feeling, no emotional force can dominate it. Then and then Anuvrat becomes successful, Anuvrat becomes active, it can play its role, and we can transform the whole personality. So this is what I think is needed today, because we find that in spite of all the warnings given even by the scientists, the people who are not just making loose talks, they have got reasons, they have got analysis, they have got perfect causes and perfect grounds for what they are saying. And they are warning the whole humanity against the wanton type of lifestyle that people are living. In spite of all that, it seems that all people have become deaf. All these things, they go in air, and there is no substantial effect on the lifestyle, which is becoming more and more materialistic. It becomes worse, and the risks factors and the dangers are becoming more and more strong. In such condition, I think that it is imperative today, and in the conference like this, all should think in the term of whatever we are trying to bring about, it is to be ultimately put into practice. So Anuvrat, which is based on vrata, can be the key to the problems. It is a solution to the problems. If we can handle this situation today in a better way and use whatever means we have got. For example, we have got at our hand the media and the use of IT, etc. So now it is required that the Anuvrat activities, the organizations, they should also think over how to utilize all these means to propagate what we are trying to propagate only through all of the ancient ways and methods. How can we approach the whole world at a time, empathy, and make emphasis, and actually influence the people? In this way only we can make our efforts successful. So I hope that at the end of the deliberations in this August conference, we shall all be able to evolve certain ways and means to actually translate our ideas into action and propagate them faster than the speed at which the evils are propagating themselves. In physics, there is a law, nothing can travel more than light. Light is the energy which can travel at the highest speed. No other particle, no wave can travel with more speed than light. But superluminal experiments have shown that there may be some form of energy or matter which can transcend the limit of the velocity of light. The same thing we have to try to find out. We have to speed up the efforts and the results, the outcome to become effective faster than the speed with which the evils are just traveling. Then and then only we can win the race. Otherwise, our slow and sluggish efforts, although they are not bad, but they will not have the desired effect. Before that, the evil will spread, and what people talk of about the catastrophe, about the total extinction, that may happen even before we attain our success. So let us hope that we are here to make strong resolve again in ourselves, to use our own prajna, to awaken the prajna of people, to make Anuvrat more effective, and in this way we can celebrate the centenary of His Holiness Acharya Sri Tulsi, who is the fountainhead of inspiration for all of us. The same was again given to us by His Holiness Acharya Mahapragya. He gave a very, very important technique, that of meditation, Preksha meditation, and its application, science of living, and its application in training in non-violence. These are certain things which we have to pay attention to, make them more popular, more effective, and in this way we can go forward. And at the present, Acharya Sri Mahashramanji, as you heard him yesterday, he is the source of inspiration for us. He is here, and under his inspiration, his direction, his guidance, let all of us join together our hands and march forward in the right direction with superluminal speed, greater than that of light, and win over the evils before the total destruction takes place. Thank you very much.
Om Aham.